In Paris, we know Black and brown communities have been disproportionately affected by COVID-19 in both their physical and mental health. Now we'll look at the stigmas surrounding mental health in the Hispanic Latino community and what some are doing to break those generational barriers by providing services to their communities in different ways. Here's the newest face on the Chicago Tonight team, Joanna Hernandez, with the story.
Growing up, we didn't really speak about how you felt or why you felt things, and often now as a grown up, I'm like, I know I feel something, but I don't know what it is, or I don't know how to explain it to someone else.
For the last 4 years, Ozzy Gamez and his partner Juan Queseda have been running Plant Shop Chicago in the Albany Park neighborhood. Gamez was born in Belize, surrounded by nature, and came to Chicago as a child. He never imagined that 31 years later, he would find his way back to his roots.
I started going to garden centers and visiting their houseplant section, or I think there was a couple of houseplants, plant shops that were available then, and I saw that it helped me. It helped me just kind of clear my mind, pause, leave work at work, come home, to my family, and that helped me a lot. So I basically wanted to take that and put my own twist into it, recreate it, and offer it to whoever wanted to come in.
Ozzy says that nurturing plants is a form of therapy for him, something that he says he's also noticing within his customers, plants helping them with their mental health.
But now that things are reopening back up, you see a new wave of people saying, plants got them through quarantine and got them through being at home, stuck at home. Otherwise, they don't know what they would have done. And having those conversations with people, and you hear stories and they just tend to share things.
Ernestina Perez, a licensed clinical therapist, has made it her mission to help remove the stigma around Latino mental health.
I think a lot of it was just not even having the language to express what was happening. So for example, if somebody's depressed, maybe it's not seen as that, especially back then. There was no real language to say, I think that I'm feeling really stuck, or I'm feeling saddened, or my mood is really down, and I think it's because of something that happened to me.
Last year, she founded Latinx Talk Therapy on Michigan Avenue, where she also offers immigration evaluations with a team of bilingual therapists.
The idea is to really be able to reach out to the community and people be able to see themselves in us and say, oh, maybe I could try, that person looks like me, or they can understand me, and then people being more open to trying therapy at least.
About 16 miles from Perez's practice, Nestor Flores is Director of Behavioral Health Initiatives at Pilsen Wellness Center. He is also on a path to help others identify the symptoms and signs of mental wellness.
In my family, there was a tragedy. When I sought services for myself, for my son, we weren't able to find any culturally sensitive services where we felt supported, where we felt seen. And so that really started me on this journey.
According to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, only 1 in 5 Latinos with symptoms of a psychological disorder approach a doctor, and only 1 in 10 Latinos approach a mental health professional.
What happens with later generations is that, all of this gets passed on through belief systems that sometimes are verbalized and sometimes they're not.
Flores, who has worked in Pilsen for the last 9 years, says he's slowly starting to see changes.
I would say that 9-10 years ago that was the case, that there was a stigma, that it was considered a service that was only needed if you were really having a mental breakdown. Nowadays, we've done a lot of inroads in the community, we're known in the community, and they know that if someone is struggling with any sort of symptom of depression, anxiety, stress, behavior with children, that they could come to us.
Gamez says his journey with mental health hasn't been easy, but he is taking steps to unpack those traumatic experiences.
It takes a lot of time to explore your mental health, to explore your feelings, to explore, what you want to explain about yourself to the world. That growing up in a country that you aren't native to, you fill those empty spaces with work.
Ozzy Gamez is creating a space for others to learn about plants while discovering his own voice in a world where he once felt silenced.
I'm a father, my daughter's 4, and I think having a daughter or just a child kind of helps with that, because that's something you're teaching them and it's something they are learning.
And places like the Pilsen Wellness Center are going a step further by recruiting therapists from countries like Mexico and Colombia in an effort to help clients feel more comfortable.
And great story, Joanna. This is your first one for us. Welcome to the team.
Thank you so much. Everyone has been so welcoming. I'm just so excited to be back home in Chicago and just be able to have the opportunity to rediscover Chicago, right?
Exactly, because you've been, most recently you were in New York, but you're a Chicago native. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a Chicago native. I was living in New York for 5 long years. I learned a lot, but I'm just so excited to be able to return to my city. This has been a dream, and I'm just so excited to be part of the team. And again, be around mi gente, around my people.
Yeah, well, and you've got people here at Chicago tonight as well. Chicagoans all over are thrilled that you think it was 5 long years in New York City, but welcome home. We're glad you're here.
Thank you so much.